what's going on, guys? It's Brandon here for RC Flight School, giving you one of my most anticipated unboxings of the year. This is the brand new MQX from Blade. This is a multi-rotor or a quadcopter that runs their brand new AS3X system that we're seeing premiered in all their new models. It's a 3-axis fiberless controller, if you will. They're integrating it some pretty neat stuff. This is an example of what they can do when they take that technology and run with it. Now, I'm not new to multi-rotor helicopters. I've made a couple of them in my day. This is, I gotta say, is probably the most fun I've had with a ready-to-fly vehicle, especially from a company like Blade, who generally makes a nice wide range of products. But if you've been flying for a while, you're only buying, the higher-end helicopters. You're always going for the collective pitch. This is a fixed-pitch multi-rotor helicopter, but it's a lot of fun. At first glance, it might look a little underwhelming, maybe even a little toyish. I wasn't crazy about the canopy, but let me tell you, it's going to grow on you. Again, one of my favorite things to fly as of late. Now, this was so popular that my local hobby town in Germantown was out of the bind and fly models, sold out the first day, so I had to get it ready to fly. It's only 30 bucks more, got a spare radio, I can sell it if I choose to, so that's no big deal. Here's what you get in the box. Of course, we got our standard manual. What I like is that they give you 4 spare props right in the box, so you can go through them. I've been flying a lot out of one at work and honestly haven't had to go through any props yet. It's quite a durable little piece. So, why a quadcopter? What are the advantages and disadvantages? Well, simplicity is one of them. You have very few mechanical parts, and I know there's 4 motors on here as opposed to 1 or 2, but there's no linkages, there's no servos, there's none of that stuff to wear out, and when it crash, that kind of all leads up to extra slop and things that are taking hits. And a thing like this, all you got are the spinning blades and the motors. It's really, for the most part, solid state. If I pull the canopy off, that's all there is. It's just the board. It houses 4 speed controllers, and then the 3-axis gyro system takes care of modulating the throttle on all 4 of these props to do exactly what you ask it to do. Increasing the speed of the rear props will pitch it forward. Consequently, increasing those 2 would make it pitch or roll. And then you can speed up too. These 2 and these 2 spin in opposite directions. We got clockwise rotating props here and counterclock rotating props here. I'm biting my own tongue. That ability gives you pitch or yaw control. You can spin the quadcopter. So you have all 4 axes of a real helicopter, standard 4-channel radio, all the mixing's done on board. Because we have 4 rotors generating lift and we have basically a gyro keeping track of each one, you get a lot of stability and maneuverability at the same time. You can get a lot of pitch for forward flight, really start yanking, banking, loops and rolls are even possible, but it'll quickly come out of that flight and lock into a stable hover if you want it to. Very little input required to move this thing around really quickly and in very small areas. I'd say I'm probably more comfortable flying this inside the store than anything else, and at speed too. I'm hitting almost full speeds, yanking it around. Of course, we'll have a flying video for you real soon on it. A couple other things to note. You can fly this in 2 configurations. This is the X configuration, or going forward. This is straightforward. You can turn it and mount the body appropriately to run it in a T configuration, or plus configuration, where this is your front prop, and then you can change the color of blades to reflect that. It really comes down to your personal preference and flying style. I like the X configuration myself. It just feels a little bit more natural. Beyond all that, flight time, it's great. This is a 500 milliamp single cell battery. You're going to get easily 10 minutes on this. It's wonderful to fly a helicopter where the only components on board are generating lift, so there's no dead weight to worry about. This thing only has 2.5 ounces already to fly. So 500 gives you plenty of flight time. Of course, they give you a nice 0.7 amp charger. It's adjustable, charges that pack in about 45 minutes or so, and a power supply for it too. You bind the radio to it if you don't want to use the stock radio, and it's really a done deal. Batteries are included for the radio that they give you. Again, keep in mind, this is a little more advanced helicopter. If you've never flown anything before, maybe you want to start on something like a coax to get yourself interested. But if you're advantageous and you got a big area, I could actually recommend this to a beginner. It may be maneuverable, but you can fly it on lower rates, and because it's so forgiving, because again, you got 4 rotors generating lift, which really attributes to 4 rotors that can save you when you're in trouble, it's a little bit more forgiving in terms of when you start pushing it to the edges of its limits. So keep it in mind if you're buying your first helicopter. Again, it is what I'd call an intermediate flyer, maybe an advanced flyer, but because of the uniqueness of the quadcopter design and the fiberless controller always governing everything it does, it's very stable outdoors in wind, and it's very maneuverable inside, and it can be very slow if you turn down the rates. So if you have any more questions about the MQX from Blade, comment down below. If you want to see a flying video, thumbs up the video, subscribe to our channel, and check out our website, rcnightmare.com. Thanks for watching this video, guys. We'll see you soon.